Music Time! Or I think that's what the program is called. The truth is, I found this one because I had googled so many Nutcracker adaptations while compiling the list for this December project that YouTube caught on to what I was doing and suggested this one to me. And I'm glad it did, because I don't think I would have found it otherwise. Apparently, there was this BBC show called Music Time that aired in the 1970s and 1980s, teaching singing, instrumentation, music theory, and other things mentioned in the Wikipedia page for it, and they made a Nutcracker episode, which is what we are watching today. But before we get to the main event, these two people are going to teach us a thing or two about singing. They present us with two songs, as the man plays them on the guitar and the lyrics appear at the bottom of the screen, inviting the viewer to sing along. I quite enjoyed this segment. It has a calm and welcoming vibe to it, very cozy and laid back. I immediately trust these two, and I'm excited to watch their adaptation of the Nutcracker. This one is also told with puppets, but unlike the previous time that happened, this one does not creep me out. I think in part that's because the puppets don't talk in this iteration, they just move their heads a lot while the narrator tells us what is happening, a la Thomas the Tank Engine. I think. I haven't watched that in a billion years. It is a very straightforward telling of the original short story, accompanied by the music from the ballet. There's a Christmas celebration at Clara's house where the girl and her brother Fritz are given wondrous gifts by their godfather Drosselmeyer, but the item that truly catches Clara's interest is a Nutcracker doll sitting upon the tree. I gotta say, this is the worst Drosselmeyer design I've seen so far. They usually make him look all cool and mysterious, sporting a flowing black cape and even an eye patch at times. But here, he just looks like a priest. He looks like he's wearing pajama pants and a tailcoat. It's a good thing he's so talented, because this man could not depend on his looks to sell his craft. In order to distract the children, Drosselmeyer tells them the story of the Nutcracker doll he had brought to the party, which is told as a storybook illustration slideshow with a drawing style that reminds me a bit of stained glass windows. He tells them of a princess who was placed under a terrible curse, broken only if a brave young man were to crack a particularly tough nut. A prince manages to do it, but as he backs away, he steps on the Rat Queen, who places him under a spell as revenge. He is to be transformed into a measly Nutcracker, now owned by Clara. At night, the girl witnesses her doll taking part in a furious battle against an army of mice, and the Nutcracker skillfully defeats the son of the Rat Queen, breaking his own curse and transforming once more into a beautiful prince. He takes Clara to the land of sweets, where she is to be crowned a princess, and all the sweets dance for her. Okay, they run out of budget for this part. It's just some candy jars slightly moving in a circle. There's a bunch of what I am assuming is licorice, aka the worst candy, making some geometric formations seen from top down, and that's it. It really puts into perspective how dull the second act of the ballet is if you don't have all of the diverse dancers pirouetting across the stage. The concept of the sweets dancing for Clara falls absolutely flat the second you must rely on actual sweets. There's a homemade feel to this part, which is different from the rest. The sequence kinda feels like something some guy could shoot in his basement using his grandma's candy dishes. Is it quirky enough to be charming? I'll let you be the judge of that. Then, the movie wonders if this was all happening, or if it was just a dream Clara was having, and we're done. This has been The Nutcracker by Music Time, 1982. I personally don't like it when we end on the dream. I'm very much a fan of the sequences where we meet the Nutcracker in real life, either as Drosselmeyer's nephew or as a random character who just so happens to look a lot like the human Sona of the wooden doll. The open end feels like a bit of a cop-out to me, but again, that's just my own opinion. I'm sure someone out there will argue that the dream open ending leaves more room for the imagination or something. Well, this was fun. I feel like I would have enjoyed that if I caught it on TV as a kid in 1982. I'm glad this was recommended to me, and now I'm recommending it to you. If you want to know what the original tale is all about, this adaptation is short, charming, and free to watch on YouTube. I couldn't ask for a sweeter deal than this.